When I meet with clients to discuss their estate plan, the topic of trusts often comes up. I mean, the word itself conveys safety and security, which I think is naturally why investors gravitate towards trusts when talking about the passage of their assets. But trusts aren't for everyone, however, and should be understood at least at a high level to determine if establishing one is right for you and your family. So what I want to do today in this video is talk briefly about what a trust is and go a little bit in depth into a revocable or a living trust. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another video from One Up Financial. I am your host, Eric Persogna, CPA, Certified Financial Planner, here to help you increase your income, reduce your taxes, and invest smarter. So the topic today we're going to discuss is trusts, and specifically revocable trusts. Now, before I get into that, I just want to briefly describe in layman's terms what a trust is. You probably heard the term before when meeting with your advisor or your estate attorney, but just wanted to kind of establish what exactly a trust is. A trust is a legal relationship between two parties whereby the one party, known as the grantor or the trustor, transfers assets to another party, known as the trustee, who then has the fiduciary duty or responsibility to hold and manage those assets on behalf of one or more beneficiaries. Now, I just want to focus today on one specific kind of trust that I think is probably going to be a more commonly used estate planning tool for the majority of investors, and that is known as a revocable trust. Now, a revocable trust is often called a living trust, and as I said, it's an estate planning tool that allows the grantor the ability to make changes to the direction and or management of their assets at any time. So for example, let's say that you established a revocable trust. You met with your estate planning attorney and you decided, okay, I want to establish the Smith Family Revocable Trust. So in the trust, you say, I want all my assets to pass to this child and that child, and I want the rest to go to a charity. However you establish the trust, whatever the terms are, it is put in place, everything is signed, and it's good to go. Later you decide, okay, I only want my children to have, let's say 30%, and I want the remainder instead to go to charity. Well, a revocable trust is nice in that way, in that it gives you the flexibility to modify the terms or change beneficiaries at any time after it's established. There are many reasons that people will establish a revocable trust, so I just kind of want to go through some of the more common reasons, and then one reason that I think most people probably aren't going to be aware of, but that may be beneficial to a lot of people. One of the more common reasons that people utilize revocable trusts is avoiding the probate process. So having a revocable trust allows the grantor's family and the beneficiaries to bypass the extensive and time-consuming public probate process while maintaining the privacy of their estate that would have otherwise been made public had a trust not been in place. So it just makes the passage of your assets much smoother and more efficient for your family and for your beneficiaries. Another reason is just for flexibility, right? Revocable trusts, I mean, the word revocable means it can be revoked. So we may want to adjust our estate plan at any time, and having a revocable trust allows you that flexibility to make modifications along the way. Another reason why people will set up a revocable trust is for the asset management and distribution of their assets. So in the event of, let's say, the grantor's mental or physical incapacitation, revocable trusts can be used to guarantee that the assets that are placed in that trust are managed and dispersed in accordance with the grantor's wishes. So it helps them maintain some control as to how their investments and their assets are going to be managed at some point down the line. Another reason why I think investors may want to consider revocable trusts is if they own or plan to own out-of-state real property. So even if you don't have, let's say, that vacation home in Florida or Connecticut or wherever it might be, but you may plan to or you want to down the line, then you may want to consider looking into a revocable trust. And the reason for that is if you own real property in different states and then you pass away, well, the estate process is going to involve the probate courts in every one of the states that you own real property in, which can be an absolute nightmare. Having a revocable trust own the real property in those different states will help you avoid those probate processes in each individual state and instead be facilitated by your attorney in the state that you established the revocable trust in. So it pretty much just makes life so much easier for your family and your beneficiaries by having that revocable trust in place. Now, what a revocable trust won't do, however, is save you money on estate taxes or protect your assets from creditors. And I think this is critical to understand, as some people just hear the word trust and they automatically think that creating one will accomplish those things, that they'll save money on estate taxes and all of their assets will be protected from creditors. So it's not always the case. If you want to minimize taxes and have asset protection in place, then an irrevocable trust may be the better route to go. And if you want to read more about irrevocable trusts and just trust in general, the process for setting one up, please subscribe to our blog at oneupfinancial.com/blog. I have a post in there that goes a little bit more in depth on what a trust is, the different types of trusts, and if it's right for you, what the process looks like for establishing one. Thanks as always for watching our videos. If you're interested in staying up to date with our market and financial commentary, please subscribe to our blog at oneupfinancial.com/blog or follow us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.